Ethan was a kind and responsible man who lived in a small, peaceful town in Italy. From the time he was a little boy, he had only one dream: to take care of his mother and make her proud. His mother, Helena, was everything to him. She was strong, loving, and always there. She raised him alone after his father passed away when Ethan was just 5 years old. She worked long hours in a bakery, standing on her feet all day, so her son could go to school, wear clean clothes, and have food to eat. Ethan saw her pain, her tired eyes, her swollen hands. He always promised himself, "One day I will give her everything she gave me." Years passed, and Ethan grew into a hard-working and gentle man. He studied business and got a good job in the city. He brought his mother to live with him in a small apartment. Life was simple but full of love. Helena would make his favorite meals every evening, and they would talk about everything: work, dreams, memories. Ethan never forgot her sacrifices. She was not just a mother to him, she was a best friend, a guide, and a hero. One day, Ethan met Sophia. She was a beautiful and kind-hearted woman from Spain. She worked in the same company as Ethan. They met at a work event, and from the first conversation, something clicked. They laughed, shared stories, and soon started meeting more often. Sophia was full of life. She loved to paint, cook, and travel. Ethan felt something new with her, something fresh and exciting. After 1 year of knowing each other, Ethan asked Sophia to marry him. She said yes with tears in her eyes. Ethan was happy, and so was Helena. She hugged Sophia and said, "Welcome to the family, my daughter." At first, life was beautiful. Ethan had his mother and his wife, two women he loved deeply. But slowly, little things began to change. Sophia was from a modern family. She liked her freedom, her privacy. She wanted her own space in the house, her own rules. Helena, on the other hand, was traditional. She believed in family meals, early mornings, prayers, and quiet living. She didn't understand Sophia's way of life. They both tried, but they were very different. One evening, Ethan came home from work and found Sophia crying in the bedroom. She said, "Ethan, I feel like I don't belong in this house. Your mother does not like me. She watches everything I do. I cannot live like this." Ethan was shocked. He spoke to his mother, who sat silently, holding back her tears. "I never said anything to her," Helena whispered. "I only want a little respect. This is my son's home. I gave him everything. Is it wrong to want some love?" Ethan didn't know what to do. He tried to make peace. He planned dinners together, weekends out, even a small vacation. But the gap between Sophia and Helena grew wider. They would avoid talking. They would sit in silence during meals. One day, Sophia said to Ethan, "I'm your wife. I need your support. I want us to move into a new house, just the two of us. Your mother can stay here, or we can find her a nice place nearby." Ethan's heart sank. He sat in silence for a long time. He thought about the nights his mother stayed hungry so he could eat. He thought about how she never bought new clothes so he could go to school. But he also looked at Sophia, the woman he had chosen to spend his life with. She was not wrong. She also deserved love, peace, and support. But how could he leave the woman who gave him life? That night, Ethan did not sleep. He stood at the window, looking at the moon, asking himself the question no man ever wants to ask: mother or wife? The next morning, he made breakfast for both women. They sat quietly, eating without a word. After the meal, Ethan looked at them and said, "I need to talk to both of you." His voice was shaking. I love you both more than anything, but something is broken and I cannot fix it alone. Sophia, you are my wife. You are my future. I want to build a life with you. And Mother, you are my past, my present, and my strength. I cannot choose between you, so I will let you choose. Tears filled Helena's eyes. She stood up slowly and said, Ethan, I am your mother. I carried you in my arms when you were too small to walk. But now you have grown. You have found love. That is beautiful. I do not want to be the reason your marriage breaks. I will leave this house today. I will go to my sister's home in the village. You don't have to worry about me. Ethan cried like a child. He held her hands and said, Please don't leave. Please don't make me live without you. But Helena kissed his forehead and said, My son, this is life. A mother gives everything, even when it breaks her heart. Helena packed her small bag and left quietly. She didn't take much, just some clothes, a few books, and a photo of Ethan as a baby. She smiled as she walked out, but her heart was shattered. Sophia stood at the door, silent and guilty. She didn't stop Helena. She didn't say a word. Days turned into weeks. Ethan and Sophia lived alone. The house was quiet, too quiet. Ethan would come home and sit in his mother's empty chair. He would look at her favourite cup, still on the shelf. Sometimes he would open the window and think, What kind of son am I? Sophia tried to bring joy back into their lives. She cooked his favourite meals, painted the walls with bright colours, played music in the evenings. But Ethan's smile never returned fully. One day, he told her, I have everything, but I feel empty. Months later, Ethan got a call from the village. His mother was sick, very sick. He rushed to see her. She was lying in a small bed, looking weak, but her face lit up when she saw him. She held his hand and said, I'm happy now. You are living your life. That's all I ever wanted. Ethan broke down and said, I'm sorry, Mama. I should have never let you go. Helena smiled and whispered, Don't cry, my son. Love means sacrifice. I gave you my love, and now I will give you peace. Helena passed away that night. Ethan held her hand till the last breath. He buried her under the big oak tree behind the house. That was her favourite place. Quiet, peaceful, full of birds and light. After her death, Ethan changed. He still loved Sophia, but a part of his heart was gone. He often sat under the oak tree, talking to the wind, hoping his mother could hear him. Sophia sat beside him sometimes, holding his hand. She too had lost something she could never get back. In life, some choices hurt forever. Ethan chose love, but he lost a part of himself. He understood now, sometimes life is not about right or wrong. It's about choosing which pain you can live with. This was the story of Ethan, a man who had to choose between two kinds of love, a mother's love, which gives everything, and a wife's love, which asks for everything. Sometimes there is no right answer, there is only pain. But in that pain, we grow, we learn, we remember. If you liked this story, share it with someone you love. And remember, always choose love, but never forget the hands that raised you. Thank you for listening.